Welcome to the green room, everybody. I hope you can hear me. We had a little bit of a sound snafu last time we went on this old journey together. I hope you can hear me. If I can get some confirmation, drop me a 101 in the chat, people. Then I'll know for sure. Listening to White Bat Audio, if you are hearing it. 101. We got a 101 in the chat. Thank you, Kayla. That means you guys can hear me. And you know what? Let's celebrate. You heard me. Did it change? All right. Let's go ahead and get you guys looking at this thing, because I'm doing things in the proper order now. So full disclosure, the video tonight is a tad short. So if we run, less than the usual 5 or 6 hours, I've got a backup video, training video. So we might be doing like a true crime / competency upgrade grab bag video. Yeah, it's lots of things to look at, Kayla. What is happening, Allison Marie Armstrong? Welcome to the show, or the green room. It's not really the show yet. Enjoy the White Bat Audio soundtrack as we just sort of let what's happening happen. Hope you guys are having a good Flamingo Friday. I'm dressed in my finest t-shirt. I'm decided to dress down because for the game shows, I put on the blazer and everything, and those are hilarious and whatnot, but, it's Arizona, it's hot, so, dressing down for this one. All right, Hamburger, you made it. I'm so happy to have you. Every time you show up, it's a pleasure. Especially when you're here to see the Sarah Boone letter readings. That's so meta. Maybe I gotta write a book on, about Sarah, and then you can narrate it for me. If the damn skeleton is sitting there, so help me. No, he's back in his spot. He's actually going to be seen in our upcoming Halloween crossover special with my the other show I'm on, Raiders of the Lost Genre. You can go ahead and check that out after this show, where we review movies and such, and do hilarious skits that I have a little help in. Mm-hmm. All right. Hope everybody's filing in. Again, this is a short interrogation. This dude just gets bowled over by our detectives. One in particular, we'll get into it, but like the other one is sort of check out. Has he been given a name yet? Oh, the skeleton. He's going to be playing me in most instances where he's going to be captured on, I guess film isn't the right vernacular, but every time he is going to be caught on motion picture, he'll be portraying me. So maybe he'll be like Dervis Light, less flesh. He's like less than a pound probably. Dervis Jr. maybe, DJ. I don't know, I'll think about it. If you got some, drop it in the comments, or the typing square rather. I'll run up my own flagpole and see who salutes it. That again would be me. Let's see it now. Sarah Boone, the suitcase, and the Fury, sorry. And hardcover. Oh, God, yes. Suitcase and the Fury. Oh. Yeah, here's the thing. I can really dramatize it. I wrote over the course of, 6 or 8 months, a series of short stories about a security guard in different scenarios. I called it Alternate Subjects. Worked out great. It was sci-fi, I need a narrator for that too, so maybe I'll run that by you. The furry. No, my aversion to furries is why I sometimes misread things, because like gross, right? Ugh. Alternate Subjects was hilarious, says Kayla. Thank you. I think it might still be available on Amazon, but I don't like to push my own push my own products. I'm not much of a salesman for myself. Whereas Lady O, she is indisposed, so like, it's a family affair around here, so there's stuff to be done with the kid and beyond that just needs to get done before the show, so she's taking care of those responsibilities. Let's see. But yeah, we're getting pretty close, so she should be floating back in here soon. I wouldn't worry about it. But again, if you weren't here for the earlier bit, I've got a little bit of a training video. If we blow through the interrogation too quick. Because again, it's only 16 minutes, and we're probably going to only see like 14 of it, because the beginning and the end are not super impressive. Alright, let's take a peek here. Yeah, it's about time we get going. Getting everything warmed up, and you'll probably be hearing from me and everybody else on this show, which is one other person. Wait, crap, hold on. I always got to remember. No, I'll just do it here. Yeah, here, watch. I'll do it here. Bye, guys.
Dog. Cat. Mouse. Turtle.
You're listening to FFOP Radio.
Reach the
Hey everybody, and welcome to the show. My name is Maury Swollen, aka Dervis, aka Dervmeister, aka Mr. Swollen, if you want to keep it, professional, or whatever. Here's the thing. It's Flamingo Friday. Krista is over there in their producer's chair, and our mic is definitely on.
Hi.
Double check that. You can hear her totally.
Check.
It's that time of the week again. It's true. There's nothing that rhymes with True Crime Friday, so that's not good. But I digress. Let's touch in with some housekeeping. As you can see here, there's Tony's name up in lights, and I gave him this hilarious ghost sticker that says boo, because Halloween's right around the corner. Am I right, people?
Boo.
Here's the thing. I wish this took like some sort of plug-in, because everything runs off of a USB dongle. If it runs off of batteries, I feel like, what are we doing here? Same thing with this light-up skull thingamajig. It's so dark. But yeah, so there's Tony's thing. I was literally saving that boo sticker for him. I hope he shows up to see it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, here's the thing. We are doing, this dude's name is Asher Yaseen. Crap, what's his full name?
Asher Syed Yaseen.
There you go. And here's the thing. This guy is going to tick a lot of TCAP boxes in like fit and finish and format and stuff. And you'll wonder where he's been all your life in like a TCAP cast kind of way. But he's not a TCAPper. He's like a teacher. And it just goes to show, I guess, here's the thing. It's familiar, right? Because this guy got caught and he'd been doing it a long time and he got a bunch of charges. So the point of it is he acts a lot like, a lot of the alum that we've come to know and love. Okay, TCAP is To Catch a Predator, Hamburger, sorry. TCAP, To Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen. Yeah, I'm glad you asked, because I used to be that person who would hear references and not have the gumption to ask things and just go, okay, yeah. So I'm glad. I want transparency and open borders here. So yeah, this dude, how do you describe him? Yeah, definitely. He's definitely a perv.
So To Catch a Predator, basically they had a team of people called Perverted Justice. They would go into Yahoo chat rooms and various chat rooms and pretend to be underage people for adult people to want to entangle with.
Or whatever, catfish. They didn't have that thing, that
luring
term
the
back
predator.
in the day. They were luring the predator. Yeah, but this was like here's the thing, too. I was thinking about this one, like, since I just like landed on it, I'm like, okay, let's do this one. I've been thinking about put yourself, because there's a bunch of true crime related vengeance stories when it comes to kids, like that one guy who shot his son's like taekwondo teacher who molested him when he was being extradited back to the airport. There's a bunch of shit like that. And as I was watching this, and going over it and like running through it in my head, I was like, yo, I can't believe that more like street or beach justice doesn't happen against dudes like this. Like the lady teachers still get a pass culturally, even though it's like the same crime and we're all like, oh, what still double standard. The fact that, I mean, the saving grace of these dudes is like usually the mom gets wind of it before the dad does, because like I was thinking about it and putting myself personally in this situation of like, getting the news that like your 9-year-old or whatever has a funky teacher, and you go, oh my God, because part of you wants to fly off the handle immediately, right? But the more analytical side of you has to go, okay, slow down and do your research. But like, who would make up such an allegation at that age?
Right. So it's interesting that you say that, because I'm in a few mom groups on Facebook, and one person,
there's one in a palm tree.
Oh, the palm tree camera.
Even one behind a leaf.
There was an anonymous post, presumably a mom, because it's a mom group, because their son, who's around 9, 10 or whatever, was saying that the gym teacher at whatever school they go to, like, makes them change with him there, and the kid felt
right, but that's the thing.
Uncomfortable.
Like, that sort of walks the line. What I'm talking about is like something that was definitely like there's no gray area here.
And I'm bringing that up because
because like something happened.
She was asking for advice, like what, like I don't know the exact situation. Like she's taking it from her 9-year-old kid, like you were saying, like you don't know what is like 100% true versus like if they're just overblowing something.
Right. The thing that always like seals the deal is like when they mention contact, because like here's the thing: if you are at a sports team or whatever, and there's a bunch of if it is a bunch of 9-year-olds showering together, that doesn't sound right. This sounds more like a high school person.
No, it was a 9 or 10-year-old kid, and they're not showering; they're changing into their gym clothes.
Oh well, whatever. Like that's the thing. Like school is jarring, so that's why you have to take some stuff.
I mean, my gym teachers were never around when we would have to change our gym clothes.
Ours were. But
ours weren't like standing watching you do it.
But like you weren't 9, so that's like probably that's the thing. You don't know every bit of context, and you never will because you're hearing it like 27th hand. And that's why I think more people like this dude don't like get beaten to death with baseball bats.
Probably.
Like since maybe that's an old-timey attitude, right? Because like back in the old days, like I just imagine like a dude in the 50s, like a dad, like a classic dad hearing that back before like the allegations were literally all over the place and also true.
Yeah.
So now it's like, and then the muddies have been, or rather the waters have been muddied so much. It's like, I don't know. I just kept thinking like, if that were me, could I, like, would you walk into the place and like just have a?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's strange, and this guy is so passive. That's what I'm getting at. When we're watching this, imagine you in that position of a parent, and like imagine coming at this dude like this detective is, but like angry because she comes at him with a lot of sass and shit. She's like Detective Chelsea, but. You'll see. It's a very interesting dynamic that we've got going on here. Yeah, I don't know. The changing as an elementary school.
I don't know. Maybe things change. I have no idea.
Whatever. That's the
Our
thing.
kid's not old enough, so yeah.
All of these straw man concepts are exactly that. So let's move on to what's actually happening. This dude's interrogation. Obviously, you can see it's coming from Blue Dot True Crime and Interrogations. So, like, subscribe to their stuff if you like the raw footage, because they're one of the ones that I go to regularly for this sort of stuff. So here we go. Pump up the sass. Oh no, I pushed the wrong button. Sorry. I got 2 keyboards here, people. Give me a goddamn break.
What's he being accused of?
In this, I mean, it'll all come out in the wash. You're about to hear it, but if you want a spoiler alert, he stuck his hand down the pants of a child that he was substituting in. And he's the Boggy. Here's the thing. Also, it's got a tie to NST3K because he's the Boggy Creek pervert instead of the Boggy Creek creature. And I can't believe they have a Boggy Creek Elementary.
Yeah.
That's where one of
It's like a whole county.
It's crazy. So, but it's not in Texarkana. We're in my classic favorite Panhandle state, Florida.
Osceola County.
Are coming forward, and I want to understand because, to be honest with you, it's important for me to know what's going on. You obviously know that me and you spoke about 2 children. You pronounce it better than I do.
He's already been Mirandized. So look at how this woman is coming at him, right? Like semi-disinterested, holding the phone. And every police officer and in this interrogation room and beyond, they're always like, it's very important you tell me the truth.
Right.
And which is true. Like they are not lying. It's important to them that you tell the truth. It's just that it's to make their case. But when you're face to face, it does feel like one of those, like what you tell a kid when you hear a smash somewhere and you run into a room and there's your kid and you don't see anything broken, but you heard something destroyed and you know there's possible danger, right? You look at them and you go, like, it's very important that you tell me the truth. What broke and where is it, right?
What did you do?
Like, that's important that you tell the truth because God knows you could walk in at wherever it was and cut your feet all up or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
Is that happening here? Not really, but like that's the thing. This lady definitely has kids or at least has heard that from her parents. Because we're all just doing the same things we do to each other. Just when you put it in a professional setting, you get to not give a fuck and check your phone and like, dude, is on his phone and laptop the whole time.
But I do want to talk to you about another child that came forward. So,
Dang.
I want you
She's got 2 cell phones.
She's important.
to be
She got her sassy phone or not sassy phone.
She's like, sorry, the sassy phone always dings when I get a little too sassy. Let me turn that off. Don't want it going off nonstop during this whole interview.
Start this investigation, and wanted to talk to you about it. Okay? And this incident's in reference to February 21st. So not February 28th, which was the incident with the 2 girls. It would be now February 21st, which was
It's like back to back.
there was another incident with.
That was the bad phone. Sassy phone.
Yeah, I know.
This guy is such
What
a.
happened? Were you the
What's for the
teacher
hose?
that day?
21st.
Mm-hmm.
What day was it? Thursday.
Thursday.
Classic. The classic quote, right? Fucking Thursday. Almost as good as Tony right there. Like it hangs above me like Tony does.
What's the substitute?
Okay. Then you touched her inappropriately. You remember that incident?
Mm-mm.
You didn't touch student.
Riff-raff. One for the hose.
Would it be possible that you don't remember her name? Did you touch anybody?
Isn't it funny how like they get real nitpicky? Like I don't remember her name. Like okay, let's just broaden the question, right? Instead of saying did you touch like the suspect, like the accusatory
one person.
person's butt, X person's butt, let's open it up to anybody. Did you touch anybody's butt? Like we're just. It's amazing how it goes from a hyper laser beam focus of 1 out of 3 trillion people to like, you know what? Let's just open up those search fields and really stretch our legs. not the one person, but now all people. Anyone out there ever on the 21st. Any butts got touched that day by you?
So many butts.
I realize the search time might take a little while, but think about it.
November 21st.
Thursday.
Before you told me that you touched the student, you don't remember her name, 4th grader, and that was said before. So now another student's popping up. And I have a feeling that there might be even more. So I need you to be honest, because you can hide something for so long, and then it explodes.
Yeah.
This, apparently there's more. How long have you been doing this for? Saying that you put your hands inside her pants and her buttocks. Her butt.
Buttocks.
You know,
Isn't that like Forrest Gump? It sounds like Forrest
so
Gump would say
hard
that.
because like when you want to sound more official, so you try and stretch out a word that you don't. I'm sure she doesn't say butt very much, so she's probably not saying buttocks very often either. So when she's like trying to keep everything above board, like buttocks, like it just sort of, it feels like you were skipping along just fine, and then there was just a stick left by a
Buttocks.
miscreant, and you whoops. Whoop, that's my bot.
That's my bot.
That's not true.
We're going to go through this again?
Yes.
So these kids are all making that up?
no.
You tell me the whole school's going to
You hear
No.
that? No. She just steamrolls right over that. She's like, I don't give a shit about that. No. Let's keep on
No,
going.
I'm telling the truth about.
Okay. Maybe do you...
He's like a I don't want to like be racist, so I don't want to say like a country, because he could be from literally anywhere from Iran to Iraq to India, but he's like a darker version of Stephen McDaniels. In voice and inflection. He's like, no, I don't know. No. But the hair isn't there.
A-girl. Let me
Pretty high
say
and
A-girl,
tight.
because I don't even know if you remember her name.
Crusher gluteus maximus.
On Thursday,
Who, glutaneous?
she's saying that you touched her butt
Her buttocks.
inside of her pants.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to take a lie detector test? It's really a
He just said, yeah. He's like agreeing and disagreeing at the appropriate times. She's like, would you be willing to like fucking stake your life on that? Become a blood brother with this computer cop over here to prove you're worthy?
stress voice analysis test, but people kind of
Steven.
Right? Isn't it like, I don't know.
He's the
everything
Mexican
you know.
version of Stewart from Mad TV. He's not
A little
Mexican.
bit. Yeah, he's I want to say he's probably, I always just say Persian because like the Persian Empire broke up, but it covers a lot of area. But yeah, he's definitely Stephen
Middle Eastern.
He's Stephen McDaniels for sure from Dubai or something.
refer to it as a possible lie detector test.
Why is it all you say is yes, no, or I don't know? Steven, telling me, Steven, you don't clean your house for a whole week? Steven!
Will
Steven.
you be willing to take something like that? No. Why?
I'm afraid.
I'm afraid. Isn't it, like, close your eyes if you're watching this, or if you're looking away, close them anyway. If you're behind the wheel, you shouldn't be watching videos. But wherever you are, just close your eyes when he speaks, right? That's horrible, Steven. That's horrible, Yaseen.
Why?
These chairs look like they could handle Fat Detective from Stephen
How is it
McDaniels.
gonna
Yeah,
hurt you?
they don't move.
It's not painful.
And they're like solid. He could
Or
be
you're
like,
afraid because you're not.
but he couldn't lean back and like, oh my God. If you're not in our Discord, there's probably another version of this meme out there, but it's like the Stephen McDaniels detective where he like somebody photoshopped it where he's like sometimes when he's leaning back and they put him like so far back, it's hilarious. Stephen McDaniels is like a hilarious meme factory, and at the core of it is like this disgusting. I mean, obviously, hello, Stephen McDaniels.
Now, be honest with me.
You know, it's not in the.
Man, hell yeah. It's just while he's typing another detective. Hell yeah. God damn it. I would love here's the thing. One day I'm going to shoot all of these movie scenes I have in my head and put them all together, and it's not going to be a movie, but just a bunch of disparate shit. But I would shoot this exactly as is, but every line that dude says, instead of being like Thursday or whatever, like every time he interjects, he just goes, hell yeah, and then goes back to typing or looking at his phone. Yeah, I'm going to be rich someday. I'm going to do all this.
Why you cooperated with me. I know I'm going to find out a whole lot more. Now I'm scared about what I'm going to find out because you're not being honest with me. We keep on going back and forth.
Do you know Larry Nassar?
You cried and you told me you were sorry. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Doesn't seem like you're sorry when you're not being honest with me right now. I know that. How else would I know that? Oh my! I wouldn't be here if I don't know something already.
Sometimes a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't find anywhere where he's from.
Yes, I don't know. Where are you from, Yasser? I don't know.
Everything just says, well, because, I mean, spoiler alert, he was deported.
Yeah.
So
whatever.
So many students here.
They probably sent him back with, oh God, what's his name from TCAP who was from Turkey?
Oh.
I can't remember his name. The guy with the nose almost as big as mine.
Even though you don't even remember. You're trying to think, oh, which girl spoke up? That's what it seems like.
It does seem like that.
Let me tell you something, and I'm going to be honest.
I'm going to be honest. I love how they... Like, I don't ever want to be in this situation, but if I ever could get in this situation and not have any, like, stakes, like I don't have to murder anybody or commit any crimes, but just, like, get to role play, getting grilled, I would love to see this sort of shit in action. But that's the thing. Even if you're innocent, you're in a high-stress situation, so you're not ever probably going to act normal.
Right.
Like, I watched... it related. There's a bunch of interviews out there around Sasha Samsudeen when she got murdered by Stephen Duxworth or Duxbury, whatever the fuck his name is. But they interview like 3 dudes she was dating at the time, and like one of the dudes does a lot of what they would call key point movements or whatever, like stress indicators in huge clusters. And he's not guilty of anything. He just fidgets a lot.
Well, I mean, I would too in that situation.
Right.
Either that or I'd be like Stephen McDaniels and not move a muscle.
Yeah, that's it. Like, you can't... It's like, it's kind of a pseudoscience is what I'm getting at. It's more art than science, and it's more like you have to read the person because they just might be...
Freaking out
or just naturally antsy.
Yeah.
Like, I've taken account of what I do basically physically because I'm... sitting around all day and have nothing better to do. And yeah, if I'm sitting there and talking to someone, I'll touch my face a lot and move my hands around and do a whole bunch of like 3-point movements, like if your feet, your ass, or your back move and all this other shit. Like all the things that the FBI are like, whoa, red flags. Like you probably do all the time.
Yeah.
But like, whatever. It's as good as the lie detector test and all this other shit is what I'm getting at.
Right.
But I'd still like to role play and see how like that goes. Because I mean, everybody loves the game of cat and mouse. I just like to get involved every once in a while.
Back to me. You told me you were a good kid and that you were sorry. Yeah. But you're not being sorry when you're saying that these kids are denying something. Do you know what these kids go through? You know, this other girl came forward, was crying to her mom, saying that something really bad happened to her. You believe in karma? How would you like it if it happened to one of your nieces or nephews? Or you when you were little? Or your family members? Yeah, but you're sitting there, and instead, you're not sorry. You say you're sorry, you're not sorry. Because you're not being completely honest with me. If somebody's truly sorry.
If you're really, truly sorry, you tell the truth 100% of the time, right? Does that make sense?
And once forgiveness with anybody, you will be honest. You're not sorry. Because I pull video. I will not see you touching anybody that day you substitute.
Just like what's his face? We did him earlier. Oh god, I think his name starts with an R. But like, they pulled out the last second. Like they have cameras in those rooms, right? He's like, they told us they did. And like this, here we are. Like, yeah, of course. I can't believe. I don't know. It feels like breaking into prison to commit a crime. Because like now that everybody's hyper aware about literally everything, and everybody is screaming for cameras and metal detectors and shit, and by and large they're getting the things we're asking for, like cameras and whatever else.
Why do people still do the things?
In the place, right? Like, here's the thing. I'll liken it to this. Like, if you're going to be a murderer like Joel Guy Jr. and be an idiot in addition to wanting to be a murderer, you'll go to Walmart to buy your kill kit because there's cameras every 8 feet and they shoot in 4K, so they'll see your swollen ass roll through, grabbing all of the like red flag items, and that'll be that.
Yeah.
But like, here's the thing. I can't imagine, like, because we all, we've seen all these cases and like it's just so easy. Like the DNA is there and this and that and the other. But if you're just mildly competent, right? Like if you can achieve a task without injuring yourself, boom, you're head and shoulders above a lot of people in the true crime community. And if you can like shop at an Ace Hardware or other local hardware store, pay cash, maybe buy a fake mustache, get a hat, like
anything different from your normal wardrobe.
Or just take literally any thought and like don't talk to anybody about it, don't text anybody about it, like don't do the stupid shit that
Google searches.
But that's why a lot of crimes go unsolved, because these are the things that
people do.
A lot, yeah, they're probably everybody's probably doing, and not everybody who's getting away, or with maybe not getting away, but getting not by, like, because that's the thing. When you commit a crime, you are going to leave evidence, and if they open up cold cases or whatever, so I don't want to say like anything's set in stone, but it just seems like the competency level to just scoot on by is like very little. Like, don't overplan. Don't be like a Jennifer Pan where, like, you have to tie yourself up and make up an elaborate story about these home invaders and shit, and, like, work out the body mechanics of how you called the 911 operator. They was just Canada, so I don't know what the equivalent was. But moral of the story is, don't make it too involved, and don't make it stupid simple, and also don't farm it out to someone like, what's her name, Lovejoy, who tried to have her husband shot, and like the dude got diarrhea on the day and everything was just like a spiraling shitstorm. Or here's the thing, just like, if you have a problem with another person, handle it non-violently. Like, right?
Yeah.
Anytime you want to murder someone, consider some other alternative. I know divorce sucks and money is very important to some people, or, inheritances or life insurance. But, like, those are the exact things that get your ass thrown in jail.
Right. And, yeah, like, they just arrested somebody that killed Tupac.
Yeah. So
after
he got
27
for
years.
2 decades. Yeah. So, and that's the thing. It may be, because we've seen this before, right? Like, they'll make an arrest a bunch of years after and be like, oh, well, whoops, we got the wrong. Like, Bob Crane is one of these examples, like, that went on forever and doesn't matter. 9AA. Yeah.
Well, and like all the DNA, like, because we watch, cold case files and forensic files and all that shit, and things go cold for so long. Like that one that Matt posted in the Discord, that the guy reopened the cold case and sent this new DNA thing out, and
but
they
that
found
wasn't
who
super
it was.
long ago. That was like between 3 and 5 years ago.
Oh, I don't know how long it was, but
like, it was recent.
Still.
Like, he was that the husband of that murdered wife was like on TV being like, honey, come on, I'm back home. Like, give me a fucking break.
Well, just the fact that even if it was just 3 or 5 years ago, the amount of like technology that's come in the last 3 to 5 years.
Sure, but that's the thing. It's the manpower. It doesn't matter the technology. You need like eyeballs on the things. You can't just tell a computer to be like, go find all the people who committed murder, because that's your job now. You still have to like have people to look, and that's the thing. Crime doesn't stop. It's like you built a factory, or no, a factory existed for all time, and it's always been making the same thing. And we've been trying to fix the factory because sometimes it makes broken things. Mm-hmm. And so the stuff still gets out of the factory, and the broken ones we try to catch as many as possible. But it doesn't matter how long the broken ones are out there. Somebody in that factory is dedicated to go and find them. But it's so long, right?
Yeah.
I realize some things have no statute of limitations, and like, a lot of cold cases got solved in LA when the murder rate dropped and all the good stuff. And I realize like it's good closure and everything for everybody. But we're churning them out faster than we could ever make a difference. Like how much music is released every day? Could you listen to all of the music released in one day in like a month? No, it would take your entire life to listen to all the music just released on a day, all the genres, right, in 24 hours, just released on vinyl or tape deck or V8, not V8, 8-track. Maybe they released it on V8 too. They released it on the Juice. They give a digital download. I don't care how it gets released. And all in a year, if you said, I'm going to listen to all the music released in the year, I would say you probably wouldn't make it by the time you died. Because you'd have to include Bandcamp and all the streaming services. You'd never. So that's the thing. We're diligently listening to all the music coming out and trying. But some songs just don't get played, Spotify's got so many. There's a lot of criminals out there.
That's how they caught Stephanie Lazarus as Hamburger. Cold case detectives and modern DNA.
Totally true. They ran DNA from, was it Rasmussen's, what was her name? Sherry Rasmussen's bite mark. But yeah, that's the thing. Like for every one that we go, we got him. There's warehouses of cardboard boxes full of samples or, I'm sure this happens too, although it happens a lot more at SVU, but like water damage and shit, like things degrade over time. Yeah. And so we're fighting the good fight, quote unquote. But I mean, again, it just feels like crime has infinite resources because anyone can do it.
Well, and speaking of SVU, so we watched an episode last night, obviously a rerun because, come on. And it was the fraternity one where the the Tyler, the one that got murdered, the paddle that they used to sodomize the dude was in his casket that could have presumably gotten burned, like if they cremated him with it.
And that's the thing. It's so easy. Not easy. On the outside looking in, it seems easy because you see all the mistakes they make in hindsight. They keep the clothes. They keep the receipts. They keep. Or if they're stupid, they put it in a box and mail it to a friend and ask them to destroy it. What? Yeah, it was a crazy SVU, believe you me. The butt stuff, because Gary Cole's in it, because he's like the dad of the murdered kid, and he's like defending the murderer.
And the kid that got the paddle at the butt is oh god, fuck, what the hell is his name? He's the attorney with the blind guy.
What? Oh yeah,
Fozzie, not Fozzie. Yeah, Fozzie.
I don't think it was Fozzie. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to Daredevil. The chubby lawyer from the live action.
He's the actor that the kid that's college student that got
a paddle
brutalized
butt
in a fraternity.
I don't know.
I think it's Fozzie
that way.
Because
Foggy Nelson. Fozzie's a Muppet.
I already talked to you about touch DNA, and this is even worse because I heard you put your hand inside of her pants.
I hear.
Do you think that your DNA is on it?
Word on the street is, like, she went down to the same shoe shine that Frank Drebin used in Police Squad. She handed the guy $60 to get that information out of her. Word on the street is, you made skin-to-skin contact with her butt.
Buttocks.
I heard it on the street.
Want to be there? I don't understand. Why do you keep on, hiding things? These kids, what did I tell you earlier?
Help me build the case against you, moron. Quit,
help me out here.
Pretend to be your priest, right? Or she used karma earlier, so she must be really trying to find something else to use. She's like, oh, he's definitely not from here, so she's dropping karma, but that's usually as deep as most people's wells go.
But sooner or later, everything comes out. I know this little girl's not gonna just make it up. I know that. Be honest and tell me what happened, man.
Come on, man.
You're sitting there, and And at
My
this
man.
point, you know, saying you're
Let me check
sorry,
my
but you're
text
really
real quick.
not. You know I'm gonna find out. You know I'm gonna start pulling surveillance. Now you're just gonna make me work harder for it.
I really didn't do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's the thing about the police, right? They have to do the due diligence. So just like they have to, if this tape does exist, they're going to have to pull it. Every lead and every possibility has to be run down by the police. Like that's just standard protocol. Like, or you know, it should be in most places they do, because if you, it's on them to make sure that you're not a crackpot. Because if you say, I get this. So that's one of those tactics where it's like, oh, whoop-de shit, right? The people who want to put me away for life, I'll make them work a little harder. When in actuality, the workload won't change at all. Like, if you suddenly forgot how to make like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, would that make your day-to-day life harder? Like, if you wake up in the morning and have to go to work and you go, oh my God, which side does the peanut butter go on? Would like your day just be utterly ruined?
It'd be fucked. Completely fucked.
So some random girl that does not even know the other students is randomly gonna say the same thing.
This was with what's his name too? I can't believe I forgot his name, but his female detective was like, this random girl is gonna randomly make this assumption and randomly around, and like, oh, that's pretty unlikely.
You touch your butt. That is just a coincidence.
One time you forgot how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Wound up with jelly and peanut butter sandwich. The horror.
Yeah.
Oh, so
ruin a day.
you know, God forbid you end up like, you know, this is a hilarious. Maybe I'll put this in Raiders one day. But imagine this, people, because you know when you see the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on the inside, what if the peanut butter and jelly were on the outside of the peanut butter, or the bread rather, all over your hands?
Oh my!
Peanut butter on top,
God.
jam on the bottom, just dripping, nothing in the middle, just a dry ass middle. It's a Twilight Zone sandwich. That's Burgess Meredith. Like after he broke his glasses, he's like, "Well, at least I can eat this sandwich."
That's a coincidence? The coincidence?
It's random? No, not a coincidence.
Do you
I
think
did
that's
it.
my first day on the job? Do you think that
maybe.
today you're my first interview?
I don't know.
You're not fooling anybody, man. Not the judge, not
The
anybody.
judge.
He's not even.
They in the interrogation stage, they are so far from a judge.
You're
But
not
they'll always be
fooling the
like,
judge.
"Oh, bitch, the judge is whoa, he is steamed to your ass right
Yeah.
now."
He's
the
so
judge,
angry.
like you're months away from even knowing, like ending up on any judge's schedule. And she's like, "Well, the judge said, I just came from the scene with CSI."
Maybe they only have one judge, and that one judge just
Osceola
knows
County is just
everything.
like, "Hey, it's Jeff the judge," and he's like, "Gotcha." on
Boggs
three."
Creek or whatever.
Yeah.
They only have one
Boggy
judge.
Creek.
Boggy
Yeah.
Creek.
Well, this is Osceola County, so
I know, but
he probably sees Federico Gondola. He sees who else is a classic Florida alumni?
Sarah
So
Boone.
many.
She's Orange County though.
Jeff the Judge.
It's people. They don't even know each other. They're in completely different classes. Today, was not even in school. So it's not like she went and told somebody else and they plotted
What is
against
this
you.
other guy
so
doing? What is he? Is
No,
he
I-
just like typing everything she says?
No, I don't know. That's the thing. I feel like maybe it's sometimes they'll team up because he's like wearing a bulletproof. He's dressed like a beat cop. Like he's not dressed as a detective, because detectives by and large, even though she's dressed up a little more prim and proper than most, because she's got like a matching sort of tucked in
Right.
polo and everything, he's like full riot gear, and like you can see the his little radio here, like he's got patches
Oh,
and
I
shit.
bet he's the one that picked it up and brought him in, and he's writing his report while he's sitting there in the interrogation room.
Oh, maybe. So, but then, like, why put yourself through that? Number one, and maybe this is like an unlikely buddy cop combo. A la Hobo and the
maybe her
Hooker.
partner couldn't be there, and they didn't want her to be by herself with a man.
I don't know, but it is odd, but it also is kind of, I don't know. It doesn't necessarily feel like a hindrance, but it doesn't necessarily feel like a benefit either, because he's not necessarily adding anything aside from
Thursday
so far.
Yeah, it's the classic interrogation tactic: bad cop, typing cop.
Yeah, or like sassy cop, typing cop.
Yeah.
That's the internet age of interrogation.
I'd watch Jeff the Judge weeknights, 9 p.m., 7 p.m. Central, or
hell yeah.
Middle North time.
Jeff the Judge, he'll look like who is the dorky looking judge that we just saw?
Show business?
Yes.
Judge, oh goddamn
whatever his name is. He looks like a Jeff the Judge. I'm gonna make his ears a little bigger and maybe his, blow out his features a little bit, but a bigger bow tie. And like every once in a while he'll like, get a little sassy, and he'll like say, "You want me to come over this bench?" And every once in a while he'll like lift up one of his legs, and he'll be spry too. Like Bill Nye, the science guy type body type.
And his socks match his bow tie.
No, yeah, his socks will be like also very brightly colored, but like those like really nice two-tone leather dress shoes that have like a cream colored leather and like a dark coffee with like the tassels and whatever. Just like, "You want me to come over this bench?" And like just a flash of color on those getaway sticks.
Oh my God. What was his name?
That's going on TV right after Hobo and the Hooker. They live with the chief of police, guys. You don't watch that show? Hilarious.
Wait. You gonna sit there and lie still, or are you gonna be honest? You're not a little kid. You're an adult now.
He said so little.
You take responsibility for your actions. You decided to touch these girls. They didn't tell you to touch them. You made a decision. Honestly, you made a decision. You made a bad decision. You know that already.
Yeah. Yes.
But if you really care about making it better, be honest. If you really care about making...
Be honest. Hello. Like, sure, if we didn't catch you, you probably would have gone to molest countless other young girls. But now that we caught you, you care, right? And you want to make it better? How hilariously stupid is that? That psychology only works when it's like in physics, when you look at something, it changes its behavior. Like that's just, like that Futurama bit where like there was a race and they take a picture. It's like, "Oh, is this person by a nose?" And Professor Farnsworth goes like, "Oh, you changed the outcome by measuring it, because by observing something, you innately change its behavior."
I feel like even when Trung was here last, you talked to him about that.
Right, because
black holes.
Well, not necessarily black holes, but I forget why I went down this tangent now when you said black holes.
Because she said, like, not tell me the truth or whatever.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah. Your behavior will only reflect, humanity when another human stares at you. Like left to his own devices, he was running around groping 9-year-olds, but now under scrutiny of another person, he's going to have to start looking for feelings, whereas before, when there was no judging eye, and this is obviously a wild extrapolation, because a proton or a neutron acting differently, whether you look at it or not, is different than like a perv at a